screwing up. Tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town.
Yeah, Freestyle Friday number 17. My name is E-Double, his name is Tom Petty, and here we go. Small pond, big pond, the fish are the only difference. City out of harmony, lingering on the dissonance. Fishermen wrapping up citizens with their fishing nets. Sometimes chemical, some played old imprisonment. Dissidents laughing at themselves as if they had a voice. Acting like technology really gives them a better choice. Protect the borders as we stack up our elitism. Defeatism is what we pretend that we keep believing in. I'm straddling both lines, the quietest revolt. Politicians fake like they caring that we vote. Legalese verbose, cause if it's plain English, then that's ADD riddle, and riddle children might get it. And if they do, then you're fucked. When they know what's up, you might start.
Good morning, coffee beans, and welcome into the best morning news show out there. Don't be confused by any of the Johnny-come-latelys upstarts. There's only one coffee with PeePaw in the morning, and nobody can replace me. So, anyway, we don't have just huge news or like stories or things like, but we have a whole slew of just topics to talk about. We're going to have fun today. Lots of interesting stories. Okay. So grab your cups of coffee, grab your little energy drinks, whatever it is that you like to drink this time of a morning. Get your little pastries, or maybe you like a little bagel with cream cheese, a little toast with butter, whatever. Yeah, that's exactly what you should do, Bern. You should 100% go watch Log Cow Cafe with Ken. So, because they have the most latest up-to-date news over there. They don't talk about a story about monkeys that escaped a testing facility or whatever. This was like 6 months old that I covered, 6 months ago. No, they have the most latest breaking updated news over there on Log Cow Cafe in the morning. For crying out loud. That's what I'm saying. If you guys want current stuff that's going on, if you want to know what's going on in the world, what's also going on in, the celebrities and the YouTube celebrities, this is it. There's nowhere else to go. This is it. All right. So let's get into it. Enough of the old man rambling. What do you say? Let's just get right into it. So right off the bat, what comes after morning coffee? Afternoon coffee. That's right. Keep the coffee coming all the time. Never stop. First off, some bad news. Okay, we're gonna get the bad, sad stuff out of the way, and then we'll talk about the just crazy, funny stuff that's going on out in the world. Last night, there was a plane that was leaving Ronald Reagan Airport that sadly collided with a Black Hawk helicopter that was on a routine training mission. Early reports said that this plane could hold up to 60 people. They weren't for sure exactly how many was actually on in the helicopter. Latest reports, and this is coming from Raw's Alert, saying that according to the reports, with Team USA paraskater Luke Wang confirming that many U.S. figure skating championship contestants and coaches were believed to have been on the jet that crashed earlier this evening. They're also saying that sadly there were no survivors. At this point in time, it is just a recovery mission. And that's horrible. And as far as I'm sure from the coffee bean community, our thoughts and prayer goes out to the families and loved ones of all the people involved in that. All the young men and women that was on that airplane, as well as the military personnel that was on that Black Hawk helicopter. It's too early to tell exactly what happened, other than they collided in midair. The wreckage fell into the Potomac River, and like I say, they are in the process of recovering. And like I say, thoughts and prayers with all the family members. And hate to see that. I hate to hear things like that happen. There's another, California. They've had these wildfires, horrific. I mean, the Palisades completely, totally destroyed. And now there's more wildfires and stuff, popping up. They're currently having a press conference update. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that they were having a press conference updating everything. Yeah. But anyway, back to the Los Angeles, the fires out in California. This is coming from Kevin Dalton. It says deputies with the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department found a 100-year-old woman who was left behind after her assisted living home evacuated without her during the Los Angeles fires. This is coming from, looks like Channel 7, ABC News Channel 7. I'm assuming out of California.
Yeah, bud.
Sheriff's Department, anybody inside? Just like monitor looking out the windows to see like where the fire. Oh shoot.
Yes, sir. Copy that, sir. I'll give you a call right now.
Oh my gosh. Sheriff's Department, anybody inside? You gotta evacuate. Hello?
Hello? Where you at?
Where are you?
Hello? Where are you? Oh, hi! Okay, perfect. Is there anyone else with you?
No.
Okay.
Where were you at?
What?
Which room were you from?
I've been trying to find a way out.
Let's get you out of
Yeah,
here.
let's get you out.
Where
Okay.
do I go? But don't lose me.
I promise I won't.
That is unbelievable that they just would run off. And I mean, I'm sure trying to be generous here, trying to be somewhat, the chaos and stuff that it was because of these fires stuff. But how do you leave a 100-year-old woman behind? Do you not like check and double check your rolls? Come on, people. But luckily, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department did a sweep of the building and found her. Good gracious sakes alive. This one here, you know what? This story here is something else. Recently, there was a story went viral. The story went viral about this guy, a gentleman who drove through a coffee shop, right? Where the, what do they call those people? The baristas, where bikinis or swimming attire, things like that, right? And he exposed himself. And then because I guess they had video or cameras up, whatever, anyway, it was put out, this guy exposed himself, and he went on to he took his own life. And the video was filmed by, like I said, an employee or whatever. And well, now they're holding vigils and stuff for this person. They are I've even seen videos where people were coming through and harassing the employees and stuff, blaming the employees, blaming the establishment for this man taking his own life. I'm going to go out on a limb here. If a guy's going through a drive-through and he is exposing himself to the people that work within that establishment, I'm going to say he probably had some issues. Probably had some mental issues is what I'm going to speculate on. I don't know. I don't believe it's quite fair to blame the employees or the business because the guy, decided to take his own life. I 100% sympathy for the man's family, friends, because he's no longer in their lives. But I don't know. I just don't know if that's the way. All right. This next story, guys, is coming from our neighbors across the pond, the great country of United Kingdom. This one, this one here is something else. When I first saw a little blurb on Twitter, and I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what account it was that I saw reporting on this. But then I decided that, you know what, I've got to look at the story. I got to verify this because, sometimes people on Twitter will tweet out things just to, what they call it, engagement, right? Click farming, and that type of stuff, right? So I was like, there's no way that this story could be true. But it was. We have our first incident. You ready for this? Where a person is being prosecuted this is over in England now. This is over in the United Kingdom. This woman is being prosecuted. You ready for this? For cyber pooting, or cyber farting, or cyber flagellants, passing of the gas. I'm not even exaggerating, guys. Wait till you see this story. So this woman, 25, this is her, okay, is facing jail after bombarding her boyfriend's ex with videos of her farting. A young woman appeared in court today to plead guilty to harassment in the first case of its kind after sending videos of herself farting. That's right, farting, guys. Rihanna Evans, 25, was hauled before the magistrates for causing distress or anxiety to her boyfriend's ex-partner, Deborah. I'm not even going Prothert, I guess is how you say her last name. Anyway, in Britain's first ever cyber farting case, Evans bombarded her with several inappropriate videos of herself passing wind that were indecent or grossly offensive. Prosecutor Diane Williams told magistrates at Carnarvon, North Wales, that in the first video message, she proceeds to pass gas by placing the camera on her bottom and passing the gas. On December 22nd, there were 3 more videos of her letting rip. Mrs. Williams said that over the course of the next few days, another 4 were sent of the same nature, showing Mrs. Evans passing wind, her face smiling at the camera. Her tooting continued on Boxing Day and New Year's Day, despite police getting wind of what had happened. Mrs. Prothert's victim statement read to the court said, "I would like to feel safe in my home." Evidently, receiving a video of someone farting makes you feel unsafe in your home. And if that's the case, I'm pretty sure I've got some good, some against my brothers, because they are, oh Lord. What about when, listen, hold it. If this can happen because it's a cybercrime, what happens when you're sitting around, and you've had Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner with the family, and, your brothers or your family members start, pooting, right? Wouldn't that, what is that? Like terroristic threatening, being exposed to toxic fumes, endangerment of health? Domestic terrorism. There you go. Yeah, exactly. Don't watch Blazing Saddles. Don't. Do not. They actually went to this. I kid you not. They got an arrest warrant for this woman. The police went to her home. She confessed to, yes, she did in fact send some videos of her pooting to her boyfriend's ex because she did not feel that the other woman was portraying, I guess, her ex-boyfriend, the pooter's current boyfriend, in a positive way, was being rude to her. And, one thing I will say this, right? So I recently purchased a game off of Steam. What was the name of that game again? Help me here. South Park's The Stick of Truth. It was on sale. It looked like just a whimsical little game. I got it. And the whole thing about this is your character you're playing has a super ability to control their sphincter. And you can direct your flatulence wherever. But there was a golden rule that you must never ever break. You must never ever fart on another man's balls. Okay? I don't see where this woman did that. So I don't understand why she's facing criminal charges. But evidently, over in the UK, if you send videos of yourself farting to somebody, that is a cybercrime. And you can be charged with, what was it again here? What are they charged with? She was charged with causing distress or anxiety. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on here. Her lawyer said that at the time that she sent this videos, she had had a few drinks, and she sent them understanding now that this caused the victim some distress. The woman in question that did this, you ready for this? She was handed a 12-month community order and defended her actions to the Sun, branding the case against her petty. She said, "I never thought farting would land me in court. I think the sentence is a bit excessive and dramatic. We're living in a very snowflake generation." She sent the messages on WhatsApp. "I do have regrets, but I wouldn't have thought I would have been here for something like this. To be honest, it's petty." And she goes, "I've learned my lesson." So Evans, this woman who was said to have had mental health problems, was also handed 15 rehabilitation sessions, 60 days of alcohol abstinence monitoring, and a 2-year restraining order. And she must pay £100 in compensation and £199, I guess, of court costs. The probation officer said she had been in a relationship for 2 years and there was bad blood with her boyfriend's ex-partner. Anyway, it just is astounding to me that sending somebody videos of you farting is a criminal thing over, I guess, in the UK. Anyway, just so you guys know, if you've got any friends in the UK, and you send them little messages on Discord or whatever, and if you poot, you could wind up in some trouble. You could wind up in some trouble. Anyway, the fractured but whole. Yeah, too much. Can't smell through the phone. This is a war crime. You can't gas people. Listen, I understand. I understand the whole. Listen, my brothers are the worst about just, especially my middle one. He has a legitimate medical condition where he has I don't know, I guess what you call a sensitive stomach, and it doesn't matter. The guy, he's just a walking gas bag. He's constantly belching and farting and what have you. And we get together for family get-togethers and stuff. It's just one constant. It's almost like there's a war going on. Like, you know, and he's over there just with a howitzer, just boom, boom, boom. It's just so anyway. All right. Let's talk about something a little bit more wholesome. Netflix announced yesterday that they are going to put out I guess they're rekindling, they're going to redo Little House on the Prairie. A series of books written by the beloved author Laura Ingalls Wilder. Now, these books I read when I was a kid. Of course, I'm sure a lot of people remember the TV series that was on back in the day. That they made, right, with Half Pint Laura, and that mean old Nellie Olson, and all the escapades and things that they got into. This was when my wife was when we were expecting our first son. She would whatever, while she was resting and what have you, she loved to watch Little House on the Prairie. So much so that I actually went out and bought her like the box set of the series so that she could watch them at her pace, at her leisure, and so forth. And so I this is I know I've talked about my wife a few times or whatever, but she's a pretty strong woman, right? And she doesn't really get emotional about things. But one of the things that used to crack me up was she would watch Little House on the Prairie, right? And that would get her emotional, right? We wound up actually going and seeing Titanic when it was in the theaters back years ago, right? And and when DiCaprio sank down below the ocean because he froze and whatever, right? The women in the movie theater were just ooh, crying and boo-hooing and carrying on. And my wife was like, "Can we go get something to eat now?" Because she was expecting, she was pregnant. That didn't bother her. Leo died and just disappearing down below the ocean waves. No, nothing. All the other women in the theater just crying, sobbing their eyes out. But nope, not my wife. She wanted to go get something to eat, right? But Little House, that was what got her. And I seen this news, and I seen this tweet by Netflix and stuff, and I sent the story. To my wife. I said, "What do you think about this?" Because this is a series that is special to her. And she was just like, she goes, "I hope they don't screw it up." And I'm like, "It's a remake. Of course they're going to screw it up." They're just certain. I just feel like there's certain shows or certain movies or certain quote franchises or what have you that should never be touched. Should honestly, absolutely, positively never, ever, ever, ever be touched. They just shouldn't. They should just be left alone. Let the original stand. You guys in Hollywood and whatever, I don't know, become more creative. Do something to but I don't know, man. This ain't the way. Quit taking these old stories like this that I think stand the test of time, and quit trying to to remake them. I saw this, and I know some other people have covered this or whatever, but I don't know what word I want to use for this. But this guy just, well, let's just listen to what he says, and then we'll have words about him.
Sick to my stomach. I open my bank app, and I don't check my bank app a lot because I don't like to just like track the number of how much money I have. And I look at my transactions, and all I see minus $550,000 IRS. When I tell you guys, I almost broke into tears. Like my heart sank to my stomach. Like I genuinely feel sick. Could you imagine waking up and losing over $500,000?
No, I can't, because I've never had over $500,000 to my name ever in my entire life. You entitled prick. Now this is Faze, I think, Lacey. Yeah. Let me explain something. Okay. When you are a creator, right, the size that this young man is, as far as viewerships and brand deals and subscriptions and donations and things he has coming in, he is he makes several millions of dollars a year. When you make that kind of money, right, you are what is considered, you're self-employed. And as being in self-employed, you're in one of the highest tax brackets that you can be in, right? And so when most Americans, right? You're people who are out here, making, I think less than, I think as long as you're making less than like $100,000 a year, right? So if you're making 90,000, 80,000, something like that, income, your tax burden, I think, is around 20%, 22, something like that percent, right, is your tax burden. Of course, there's things that you can do to mitigate that, right? If you have children, that takes off of your tax burden. If you have a business that you have or whatever, that you can operate at a loss, right, where you can show loss, or some losses or expenditures there, you can lower your tax burden. If you have a mortgage on a home, you can lower your tax burden. There's lots of things that you can do, right, that lowers or sometimes not lower, but defer it, right? If you're putting money into like an IRA or some sort of 401 type, thing, 403 type investment, you can defer taxes, right? You're still going to pay them, right? But you can control how much you pay because you lower the amount of monies that you have coming out at any particular time, right? So you can lower your tax burden there. But this guy, and look, I get it. If I saw $500,000 going to Uncle Sam, that would probably sting a little bit too. But there again, I don't know what he has set up. When you're self-employed, you have, I think it's like 3 options, right, to pay your taxes in every year. You can do it quarterly. You can do it what they call biannually, or it means basically every 6 months you pay in, or you can just wait to the end of the year and pay it. But of course, if you wait to the end of the year, you're paying one big lump sum, and sometimes that can sting a little bit. I get what he's saying, but if you're making 300, if you're making multi-millions of dollars a year, why are you whining about $500,000 in taxes, dude? Do you realize that there are people, a lot of the people that are probably watching you, that have subscriptions to your channel, that have probably donated to you, that are lucky to make $50,000 or $60,000 a year, if that much. It's probably closer to around $30,000 or $40,000 a year, right? And they probably struggle to make ends meet. But they enjoy your content because you're a source of entertainment for them. And so they like, here's my $5 a monthly subscription or whatever, whatever they're subscribing at. Because I enjoy your content, it's entertaining to me. And so I don't mind contributing to that. But for you to come on and gripe about paying $500,000, that is so tone deaf. That is so tone deaf to me. That to whine about that to your fan base, like I said, I guarantee most of his supporters are probably in the $30,000 or less annual income. Whatever little privileged shit. Good Lord. In other news, even though we didn't ask for it, evidently we're getting a Creator Clash 3 because, the past two were so successful. Creator Clash 2, they went in the hole. They didn't even raise money for charity, which was what this whole thing is supposed to be for. Because they blew it all on parties and, entertainment for the, quote, celebrities, right? To be entertained at parties and galas and stuff, party before and after. What? That was such a diabolical mess. I mean, to the point to where the host of this, iDubbbz and his partner, right, had to do live streams, charity streams to raise money just so they could send something to the charities that they had earmarked and sponsor. The money was supposed to be going to. But now we're gonna do a 3 because we couldn't learn from the previous 2. What an absolute, complete, and total shit show. Well, I won't be supporting this one. I didn't support the last. I did the first one. I did the very first one on pay-per-view. I did purchase and watched it and was somewhat entertained from my recollection. The second one I did not because I was like, why? I'm not throwing the money. And I was glad that I didn't. And part of it was because Ian, iDubbbz, and his partner, and I'm going to say partner because I don't know if the person is identifying as male or female this week or what that host, and I don't want to get into all the pronouns because I don't want the pronoun police coming at me. But anyway, got into an altercation, a little blow up, if you remember, with Froggy Fresh, right over some jokes. And I don't know, I'm just the type of person that if you try to police, jokes and stuff, and you try to police humor, I usually mark you down as idiots, and so I don't really want anything to do with you. So anyway, yeah, evidently the Creator Clash 3 is on. Yay, yeah. Maybe this time they'll actually raise some money for charities, even though I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. What else we got here? Yeah, we'll talk about this for a second. Everybody knows that. Okay, let me move some of this stuff here out of the way. Get this stuff out of here like this. Okay, so everybody knows that Ethan Klein, H3H3 fame, right? Ethan Klein. Everybody remember him? He's working on this content nuke that supposedly is going to be about Hassan Abi, right? Hassan Piker. Everybody's waiting for it. Everyone kind of thought it was going to happen and be dropped yesterday. It wasn't. I'm not for sure exactly when it's going to be dropped, but Ethan has assured us that it is done. He was having his statement about was he was waiting for one final approval. People are speculating that it was his attorney expecting maybe some sort of make sure that he wasn't going to get himself into trouble, legally, saying things or whatever. So that was the last we heard. But, I'm not a real big Ethan fan. I think back in the day when he stood up for fair use with the FUPA, I was supportive then. I thought it was a good thing. I think if memory serves, I think I may have even donated to the FUPA fund to protect fair use. And then he kind of went a little bit, crazy after a while. But a lot of people believe that Ethan is kind of back on his back on the straight and narrow, and has kind of walked away with some of from stuff. But anyway, one of his detractors out there is a guy by the name of Vosh. Now, Vosh is not a stranger to controversy himself. If you guys remember, not too long ago, he inadvertently is the term we'll use. He inadvertently revealed a folder on his desktop that was full of animal porn, and some speculated that there was some I don't know what it was, but inappropriate stuff involving drawn children or whatever. Is I guess is how I word that or phrase that, because I don't understand all that stuff. I'm an old man, okay? And I don't understand all the terminology and the different words that they have. To me, it was just degeneracy. We'll just leave it as just degen shit, okay? I'll just paint the big broad brush there, stroke with that. Degen, just degenerate stuff. Well, Vosh put out had a little thing, comment, whatever, on a stream recently. And he had this to say about Ethan Klein.
It reminds me of when the LA fires started and Ethan Klein posted on Instagram, like, I bet Hassan is praying that the fires take out my computer so I don't release my video exposing him. And it's like, dude, there's a fire outside your house. What are you doing? What the fuck? You're actually insane. You're mentally ill. Anyway, yeah, I'm rooting for Markiplier on this one. Hopefully, I hope Markiplier can get through this difficult time. It's crazy how awfully far Ethan's fallen into right-wing politics. Zionism and transphobia have both been really effective wedges in making people who consider themselves liberal into fascists.
So anyway, he had a few things there, called him mentally ill, called him a Zionist, called him transphobic, and so on and so forth, right? But then Ethan, I think this is probably on his Instagram. I think that's what they call that. I think this is a reel or something from his Instagram. Says, "Dear Vosh, here are two real mental issues or mental illnesses. One, wanting to have intercourse with animals. And two, watching drawn pornography featuring children." Once again, Ethan coming back with a clapback on some of these things. I don't, the thing about it is Ethan has been taking a lot of heat as his other creators because of them being Jewish. Because of what's going on over there, of course, in Israel and in Gaza, and because they want to, they have views or opinion or whatever. Yeah, thank you guys. But Vosh, it's an election here in Canada. Yeah, there you go. But anyway, yeah, so Vosh, I don't know, man. But not people like Vosh never learn. Vosh, people like Vosh, like I say, never, they just never learn. And that's okay. That's okay. Keep giving us content, Vosh. Keep giving us content. No, this one here. This one was a interesting one. How many of you guys remember Tanya Harding? Right. So Tanya Harding is she was a figure skater back in the 80s. And evidently she's discovered Twitter, right? And so she had this to say.
Hey everyone, I am Tanya Harding, and I am on X. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Happy New Year. Join me there, and let's chat it up. Love you. God bless. Bye.
Now, for some of you youngins who may not know who Tanya Harding is, right? This is where Tanya Harding is claim to fame is right here. I thought I put, okay, here we go. This young lady right here, this is Nancy Kerrigan. Okay. She was Tanya Harding's rival in the ice skating world, right? And so on January 6th in 94, was it 94? I thought it was in the 80s. I stand corrected. So it was in 94. Let me turn that audio off. Anyway, so Nancy Kerrigan had been out practicing, working on a routine or whatever, and a masked stranger came in and attacked her with a pipe and hit her in the knees, right, and took her out. This was like right before the big competition that was going to happen, right? And you can see she's in pain, a lot of pain here. Well, it turns out there was Tanya Harding, and I believe it was her husband. It was her husband or her boyfriend. Were had this conspiracy to attack her and remove the threat. And so the fact that we've got we got her back in the yeah, she's a knee basher, exactly. See, old heads like Trippy, right? He's old enough to remember this story, whatever, right? Yeah, is wild. But anyway, so yeah, she's back and she's on Twitter, so you guys can you can check her out. You can 100% check her out. So yeah, Tanya Harding is back. And anyway, bruh, she's getting eaten alive for it. No, it actually it shot her into fame. It did. The whole thing, yeah, it's kind of one of those things that it was such a shock because if something like this, it became part of pop culture. And it's just one of those things that just kind of, and the fact that now she's kind of popped back up again. And if I go back to, let's see here, because I closed out, just a second, I closed out the, let me open this tweet back up and go out there and take a look at this tweet, right? Yeah, I don't want to hear her talk again. You see here, it's already got, the tweet has got 3.6 million views already. 3.6 million views. Let's see, her count has got 13.3 thousand followers. And look who's following her, guys. You see that? Can you see who's following her? Let me zoom in here a little bit. Who's she being followed by? K-Huck. K-Huck. Oh, my garden seed. What in the world? Guys, we may have to put K-Huck on a watch list. We may have to put her on a watch list. Straight up. What is this? What is this here? What is? Hey, Squatchin sent me something with the Tanya Harding thing. Let's take a look and see what did. What is this here? Who is this sturdy? What I don't know. Squatchin sent me something. I'm not for sure exactly what this is in reference to. He just says, "I will not be reposting Tanya Harding for reasons." Oh, and okay, on the knee. Got it. Yeah, because she picture of the I don't know what they're drinking. I'm assuming it's an adult beverage of some kind. And on the knee. Yeah. So yeah, for reasons. Exactly. But anyway, yeah, she's already got a huge following. I mean, that quick, right? And again, it was something happened back in the 90s. I thought it was in the 80s, but it's actually 90. Iced adult bevy. Exactly. So anyway, what else we got? Oh, I got tabs up here forever. Lord have mercy. All right, let's just get through this for crying out loud. Shockmouth, Mickey Mitch from Now Recording fame, was doing a live stream yesterday. Yeah, back in the day when the athletes took a knee, they took a knee. Exactly, Squatching. Anyway, I kind of, from listening to Mitch talk a little bit, he seems to be a little bit out of joint with this lockout Aussie, because in Mitch's beliefs that it's not really truly an Aussie show because the hosts are not Australian. The one Australian that was on there, I guess, I don't know, he quit, got canned. There's too many shows over there, and I can't be bothered to keep up with the lore anymore. It's just too insane. But anyway, because Keen can't spell and they fired the only Australian, well, there's a shocker. I think anymore it's a rite of passage. If you're working for Keem and haven't been fired at least once or twice, are you even really part of the lockout universe anymore? I mean, for crying out loud, right? But anyway, so Mitch decided he was going to do a podcast and make it a true, authentic Australian podcast. The name of the podcast is going to be, I believe it's the Barnyard. Is if I'm not mistaken? Yeah. Here's the channel. Let me just copy this right here. Boom. We'll just throw it in the old chatteroony here. Boom. There you go. You guys can check it out. As you can see, I am subscribed. I am a supporter of Mitch. Anything Mitch wants to do, I'll support the Barnyard podcast. I think so far he's got Eva as part of it. The artwork here is by the one and only Squatchin. She did up this artwork while Mitch was talking about it, actually, during the stream, and she sent it to him. Anyway, but evidently there's some other beloved Australians in our community. Liana Taylor feels like she was discriminated against because she was not approached. And Liana is a well-known Australian creator from Law Gals, and has a wonderful talent of probably one of the best triangle players I've ever seen. She's getting a spot on No Name. Okay. So she's going, what is this discrimination? And Mitch replies saying, don't hate on me because you are a traitor of this nation and fled. Welcome as a guest, but no co-host spot. Badwick says, lame, you should allow Canadians. And Shockmouth says, no, I have set rules and I'll stick by them, unlike other Barnyard related podcasts. That is absolutely not a riff. So there you go. Yeah. So, there you go. So if you guys are interested, like I said, I linked the channel there. Go check it out. Give Mitchy Mitch your support. All right, so what we got left? Oh, God, okay. I swear these tabs are growing. It's like rabbits. They're multiplying. My gosh. All right. So this next thing, I got to do something that I don't really like to do. Talk about myself a little bit. So there is a little thing, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know all the ins and outs or whatever. I have my perspective on things. And I may not have all the little nuances. I may not have all the little I's dotted, T's crossed, that type of thing, because quite honestly, I just couldn't be bothered I guess watch all the content. I just couldn't. It was just whatever. But there's a creator. I don't know. I don't believe he's been around too terribly long. But he is a consumer of Chud Logic. I think he is friendly with someone named Queeman or Weeman or something like that. I'm not for sure. Anyway, but anyway, they have some issues with Tommy C. And I'm not for sure what all the issues are, whatever. And like I say again, I don't think it really matters. Because again, I don't think, from what I did see, it looked like really it was a nothing burger. So, whatever. And we talked about this over on Wall Smashers. So I guess if you want more expanded thoughts or whatever, go check that out over on Badwick's channel. But anyway, so this guy, Dickers, puts out a little Twitter video. And I'm sure you guys have seen this. I don't think this is anything new to any of you. Let me just kind of turn down this audio here a little bit because whatever. But anyway, he's done this little old theater. He's done this little yeah. So he's done this little theater bit, right? Like theater kids do or whatever. These I'm not a theater kid. I'm not creative. I don't do little bits like this. But anyway, he did this little. It was, I guess, entertaining to some. I guess whatever. I mean, it's got 2,000 views. Good for him, right? But anyway, I just quote tweeted, said, Jesus Christ, another theater kid. And if you know, you know. I'm not going to expand on that. Anyway, he comes in like a day later or something like that, whatever it was. I don't know. He was sometime later. He came in. Says, feel free to DM me if you want to jump on and give your take on the drama. I doubt you even know what this is in reference to, though. And like I said, I didn't care, honestly. And I just, again, you know me, smart ass. And I said, I know you know that I know you, right? And I said, did he reply to? No, it's just Jessica Pizzle coming in and whatever. So anyway, so that happened. And then I got alerted that I guess yesterday he was kind of, going over things or whatever, was getting the lowdown on who PeePaw is. And so all the hits came out, you know, the whole racist allegations and the simp allegations and all that stuff. You know, he was going through all that. And, you know, the little video that Alec Ekmo made, you know, which was the little dialogue or whatever back in the day that I did over on Netpickers, where they, you know, that I think I actually use it as like a video intro, sometimes a short, whatever you call it, trailer here on my streams, that type of thing. And, you know, they watched that, whatever. And so I guess that was his introduction, education to who I am. And so anyway, later on in the day, he was revisiting this. He decided to get back into this. And so he decided, well, rather than me just, let's see here, which one do I want to do? We'll do this one here. He decided, let's just go like this here. He decided, well, here, we'll just watch this. It's about 5 minutes here.
Nice.
So anyway, he's having a little bit of trouble typing. He can't spell man right. And but anyway, he's asking Grok, right? He's asking AI how to interact with me, how to because he'd reached out to me in DMs. He had DM'd me and asked me to come on his show. And I was like, well, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. Just a second here. Give me a second, guys. Let me just do this proper, right? Because he showed the DMs, so I feel like I can probably show the DMs too here, right? Let me just do this here. Okay. Let's see here. Come in here. Yeah, I'll just do it this way. That way I'm not giving up all the secrets, right? So he sends me this DM. And he says, hey, mate, the offer's still there to jump on if you want to talk about the drama. You've got it shockingly wrong, Lamau, right? Okay. So, no, where is it at? Okay, here we go. So we'll continue watching the video at this point. So like I say, he's typing out here to Grok, which is the AI within Twitter, on how to approach me, right? So he's zooming in here. So he says Manan. Here we go.
You talk about it.
I badmouthed him. I badmouthed him online. I talked.
Refuses.
Yeah.
And claims he does not care. He may well be racist.
Maybe racist. Okay.
Possibly a sociopath.
A sociopath. There we go.
Write a response to him, calling him a coward.
I'm a coward and a sociopath and racist.
In the style of Shakespeare.
I just don't stand his art. How do I talk to a real man? Exactly, Twill. Exactly, Midna. He doesn't know.
Come through for me, Grok. Okay. Make it slightly easier to read. I don't think this guy's been through a lot of education, so that might be too difficult for him.
I'm uneducated, guys, so we got to dumb it down, you know, because I'm pea-brained. So we're going to dumb it down for me, right? Don't come in here saying morning K-Huck. We are on to you, young lady. We are 100% on to you. You're going to go back into the VOD to find out, but we're on to your shenanigans. At least I seasoned my food. Yeah, well, and he's making him a spot of tea here, as you can see. He's got the kettle. He's got his little electric kettle, heating up the water, right? And so anyway.
Okay, I like that a lot.
He likes that a lot. He read that from across the room. So, what Mr. Beans and Toast has to use AI to ask how to boil water for real? Probably. You know, probably. I listen. And here's the thing. You have to remember. My whole throwaway comment was this guy was a theater kid, right? So what does he do? He does the most theater thing that a theater kid would do, right? He would go to chat, this Grok AI here, chat GBT or whatever you want to call it, to learn how to interact with somebody, right? Rather than just have a, so anyway, hey.
Okay. Put it in a southern accent. No. It needs to be in theme. It needs to be in theme.
Plus, he
called me a theater kid, so
you are a theater kid.
This is recompense for that as well.
Recompense? What recompense? What?
Alas.
What did I? Hang on. Did this cat think I walked up to him with a glove and slapped him across the face and challenged him to a duel? Recompense? Oh, because I'm dumb. I don't have a large vocabulary, right? So he's trying to impress. He's trying to impress using big words, recompense. Okay. So, all right. So this is retaliation, okay, because I was dismissive to him, because I wouldn't come on his show and allow him to try to squeeze a little content out of me. So he's getting even with the mean old PeePaw, who is a psychopath and a racist? Yeah.
PeePaw, dost thou lurk behind thy screen? A coward shield, a craven cloak, unseen? Thou hast cast thy words sharp and full of spite, yet now dost flee from talk in fear and flight. Dost claim indifference, yet refuse to face the truth of thine own words, the mirror's grace. Perhaps in thee seeds of hate do sprout.
No hate.
A sociopath's heart lies about.
No hate, guys. I have zero hate. All I do is make fun of people like this, right? And there's so much to do here.
But know this.
What do you mean you're confused, K-Huck? No, you're calculating. You know exactly what you did, madam. Exactly. We've seen who followed that person. You know who you followed.
Coward. In this.
Yeah, this is his attempt at Shakespearean era type writing is what this is. I mean, if he was really well read, right? If he was really educated, he should have been able to do this without having to go to AI, right, to write it out for him. But I'm the one who is limited in my education and understanding, right? So anyway.
Realm so vast, thy silence speaks loud.
He looks like a ventriloquist dummy.
Come forth, if honor within thee does dwell, will be forever known as one who fears to tell.
You know what makes this? And here's the thing: I really enjoy listening to people with the British accent. I find the British accent pleasant to listen to. Right? And he does have a very well speaking voice. You know, his cadence is good. So I don't dislike this cat. I think, and I understand what he's doing. Right? He's kind of in the middle of a little bit of a hot topic right now. He's trying to capitalize on it. He's trying to extract every little bit of clout that he can from it. And I don't fault him for that, right? I don't fault him for that at all, right? If this is the, if he wants to get into the game, this is the way you do it, right? You stir up some sort of a controversy with somebody, right? It's the tale as old as time. You stir up a controversy with somebody. You try to expose them or mock them and ridicule them in such a manner that that they can't withstand it. And you hopefully pull some of their viewers. And more than likely what you do is people who don't like that creator, you get on their radar. And so then you garner them as a fan base. The problem with that type of stuff is that a lot of times, way too often, if you keep going back to that well, then you become known for just a quote, whoever that person is, hater, right? Like you could be an Ethan Klein hater, or you could be a Hassan Piker, or a Destiny, or whoever, a Keemstar, you name it, anybody out there. You become noted for that and that alone. And anytime you don't talk about that person, right, or you don't make streams or videos about that person, then your viewership goes off, right? Because people come there because they want to see you hate on this person that they too dislike. So I hope that he doesn't fall into that, because like I say, he's not a unfunny guy. I think he has some comedic abilities there. I think this bit that he's doing here, going to Grok, I think makes him look a little bit, I don't know. And again, maybe he was just trying to roll with the punches, because I called him a theater kid because of his theatrical, Twitter video acting like he's like some sort of, terrorist or whatever coming for Tommy or whatever. I thought that was kind of lame, personally. We've seen that kind of stuff before. And not too long ago by, another theater kid that, came and tried to do it, but maybe he'll be successful. I don't know. But this, so anyway, he's copying and pasting. He's copied and pasted out of this response that Grok has given him. And let's see what happens.
Okay. Oh, no.
Now, here's the thing. Remember, I was made aware of that he was doing this. So I was watching all this real time, right? I was watching all this real time. And so I had plenty of time, to say, okay, so I've, and I was like, okay, let's have a little fun. We'll have a little fun with the dude. Cause, again, like I said, it's not that big of a deal to me.
I was typing already. I was gonna. Oh shit! Why is he typing already?
Let's watch this. Here we get this.
He's typing already.
He's
oh shit! Why is he repeating?
See, he's spazzing out. he's spazzing out because I immediately fired right back at him. But because he can't get responses, I don't think, as quick from his little AI chat thing, right? So, so he starts spazzing out, and I thought that was hilarious, his reaction to me.
Lying.
He wasn't ready for this. And the thing about it, he did this right as I had just gotten off of work, right? Because I work for a living. I don't sit online and stream for 8 or 10 hours a day like some of these guys do. So I just gotten off of work, and I was like, okay, all right, let's have a little fun with the guy. Let's poke a little fun. Let's have a little fun with him.
Okay, he won.
Hang on, what is this? Mr. Pussy. Who's he? Oh, he's in the DMs with somebody called Mr. Pussy. Interesting. But as you can see here, he was sitting there saying, he said, he copied and pasted in the whatever. And I just responded, "Have you taken your meds today?" And he says, so listen to what he says.
Okay, he won.
I won. So there you go. I won. So there you go. PeePaw won. There you go. But again, like I say, I don't dislike the cat. I don't dislike him. I don't know, honestly, truly too much about what their beef is with Tommy, and I could care less. That's between them and Tommy. I just thought that this little Twitter video was a little bit theatrical and over the top. He has DMs with Rosanna Pisano. Well, that doesn't surprise or shock me either, right? What? Wait, does he what? Does he what? People, what? What did I do now? Oh, you want to look at the video again? You think there was something in that? Okay, hang on a second here. I'll pull it back up. We can see. We can see who all he had. We can go see who all he had DMs with. Hang on a second here. We scroll through the video here. Scrub. All right, here we go, guys. We'll look see what he's got. Who's he got here? Somebody named Mr. Pussy, Babushko, Pixie. Now that's the Pixie. That's the one that's in the whole Destiny thing, if I'm not mistaken. Lucy, DNY. Yeah, Rosanna Prino. There you go. Yeah. And then someone here. I'm seeing, and maybe I'm mistaken here, but there's only me, and then everyone else is. Are these all women? Interesting. It was fun chatting with. Anyway, I don't know, guys. You guys know more about this stuff than I do. You guys know more than I do. Yes, he's a goober. Look at his messages. Yeah. I don't know. Listen, like I say, I no ill will towards the young man. I understand what he's doing. He's playing the game. I don't know if he's going to be a winner. I don't know if he'll be a loser. I just don't know. I just know that he's not. I'm just not going to give him any content. Exactly. Rosanna, I saw your recent butt picture. I really enjoyed it, but I had to use Grok to know how to talk to you, but I love your butt picture. Exactly. It's not a good look. I'll just say if you're having to engage a AI on how to talk with people, and while in the same way saying that maybe the person may not be well read, right, or not very well educated, it doesn't bode well, my dude. It doesn't bode well. So, but what do I know, right? What do I know? Because I'm just a racist old sociopath, right? According to him, just a racist old sociopath. Anyway, one last little thing involving me. So we did Wall Smashers, did a live stream the other night. Badwick came back off of his hiatus. Did a Wall Smashers. Go check it out. It's 185 views. We talk about all kinds of things. It was just like a hodgepodge because like I say, Badwick had been kind of out, and he was just talking to me and Burn the World and Reese, and then let's see, who all else did he drug in? Oh my Lord, I can't remember who all he drug in. Mike Voltage. I think he even drug Nintendo Mail in a couple of times just to irritate Burn. And then there was somebody else that he drug in. I can't remember. And I don't mean, yeah, exactly. Third cup of coffee. And I've just had one today. So, but anyway, it's a great little video. We talk about some of the log house stuff, even around, kid behind the camera, that whole story that's, and it's an old story. It's an old story that has been, was exposed back years ago, but it's resurfaced because I guess new watchers, new viewers and stuff. And anyway, all about him and Bridget and their age differences and things like that. Anyway, the thing that got crazy on this, right, was Badwick reaches out to me and said, dude, he said, what did you, I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? What did I do? And he was like that, Red Hood. You guys remember Red Hood? He was, look at this. This is the comment section. He's just in there going off on me. I mean, tell me you're obsessed with me, my dude, without telling me you're obsessed with me. Right? It's just boom, boom, boom. And it's like, and they're just like one right after another. Right after the boom, 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 boom. Right? And here's the thing about Nintendo Mail. And he's like, what does he see here? He says, he says that I was, he was saying that I was sweeping for the story on Mike. I wasn't sweeping for the story on Mike. Go and listen to go listen to the video. I just said I understood. There's a cultural thing in the South. I don't agree with it. I say plainly that I'm, it's not a good thing. I just understood it. I grew up with it. I saw it happen. I didn't approve of it then. I don't approve of it now. And I flat out said, if people want to label kid behind the camera a PDF, then label them. I'm not going to argue with them. Right? I'm just not. But this is also a woman he's been with for 17 years. They're married and got kids together. It's not, and she lied. That's another key factor in this thing. She lied about her age. She lied to her parents about how old Michael was. But again, if they want to cancel the guy, I mean, what the hell? I'm a guy with a 1,000 sub YouTube channel. I don't think my thoughts are going to carry a lot of water in this conversation, right? I just simply said I understood. But say, let's see, what is this here? Oh, no wonder Riverter is okay with adults chasing after minors. He was raised at a time when it was perfectly fine and encouraged. Makes perfect sense because he's a predator himself. So Red Hood says I'm a predator, right? So now we got another guy calling me a predator. At least he didn't call me a sociopath or a racist, right? God, man, I tell you, I really don't know. Honestly and truthfully, I really don't know what I did to this guy, right? To have him have such a hate boner for me. I would think that he'd want to save that boner for his aunt, though. Right, Red Hood? Remember? Your hot aunt that you wanted to fornicate with? So which is worse? Incest? I don't know. You tell me. Tactile, yeah, zero. All the crazies are coming out. That's okay. Because you're an adult and he's a child that lives in the closet, doesn't know how the world works or how time changes things. Exactly. I mean, the thing about it is, and I said this in the stream, you guys go listen. Anytime we look back through history, it doesn't matter. We look back at the history of the world. It doesn't have to be the United States. It doesn't have to be the southern United States. It could be anywhere on the planet, any country, right? If you start looking back through the human species, right, mankind will fail the litmus test if you apply today's views, laws, standards, opinions, ideologies. You look backwards through time, we fail. As a species, we fail, right? The great thing about the human species, right, is we're constantly adapting and we're evolving and we learn from our mistakes. And sometimes we stumble and we don't learn as fast as we should, right? But we do learn and we do change and we do grow, right? And we evolve. And if we didn't, then we would have been extinct a long time ago, right? A long time ago. And that's all I'm saying, right? That's all I said then. When I look back, this was something that happened in 2008. We're in 2025. That's 17 years ago, right? There was a culture, right? And I talk about it, when I was a teenager and we'd go to keg parties, you'd always have these guys that were in their 20s and stuff show up trying to hit on these high school girls, I thought it was creepy then. This was in the 80s, right? Which was even further back than what we're talking about in 2008. Now that was creepy then, was strange. I still think it's creepy and strange now. I don't approve of it. I'm not sweeping for anybody. But I also understand the culture of the South. And some cultures dies hard. Some things die a little harder than others. Right? But we keep evolving and eventually it will, because, we just evolve and grow on, right? So anyway, I guess keep hating, keep giving me those hate views. I guess we'll take it, right? Keep taking it. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe pull your head out your mama's ass long enough, or your aunt's coochie. Long enough, maybe you'll grow up mature. I don't know, but whatever. It was very dazed and confused. Exactly. There's a lot of, I look back fondly on a lot of things that happened in my, in my youth, the music, the parties that, we'd go and, to the, to like the, out in the fields, or we would go to a quarry, an old abandoned quarry, and people turn up, the radios on in their cars and stuff, and we'd have some beers or whatever, and just have a good time. Before social media, before the internet, before all that, you sit around with your buddies, and maybe see a girl there you talk to or whatever. It was a lot more innocent time. It was just a lot more innocent time. But was there things that went on that was, by today's standards, icky? 1,000%. 1,000% icky things occurred, right? But again, like I said, anytime that you look back through history fails, right? But as long as we learn from it and we move on from it, we're better off. Anyway, let's say he needs to remember that back in PeePaw's day, life expectancy was barely 30, middle age was 15. I'm not quite that old squatching, but thank you anyway, darling. Oh God. Anyway, listen, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this morning. May do another one tomorrow if I can find some more just goofy things to talk about like I did today. whatever happened to butt chugging beers with your buddies and talking to girls? Well, nowadays we have to bring out, Grok, Chat GTP and stuff to learn how to talk to people, because we don't possess the ability to just have direct human communications with people. That's the one thing that I think we have evolved into that I think is horrific and sad. It's just the ability to sit down across from somebody, eyeball to eyeball, and have just conversation. Everything has to be through, a device like this. We have to have our phones. We have to text or tweet or WhatsApp or Instagram DMs or whatever it is. That's how the people are, so much communication goes on rather than just sitting down, and having a conversation. And I rode dinosaurs to school. Yeah, both ways uphill. Yeah, killed bears with my loose leaf notebook paper. Exactly. Listen, guys, I had a lot of fun today. We had some sad stuff. Again, thoughts and prayers with the people, families, friends of the people on that horrific mid-air collision between the Black Hawk helicopter and the airplane. Sad, horrible thing. But anyway, you guys have a great day. Really, truly. Remember, guys, to keep your powder dry. And I'll see you in the funny papers.
You don't know what I've become.